What is up, everybody? My name is Logan Stroh. Welcome to CTF Stroh Talks Football. Today I'm going to be doing something that I haven't done on this channel yet, and that is ranking every NBA team this season. With the NFL coming to an end and the MLB starting to warm up their players, they haven't started spring training yet. The only major sport that I have been watching is the NBA, so I thought it'd be fun to give you my ranking of each team. But before we get started here, I just wanted to let you guys know real quick is that I am really starting to watch NBA this year. I haven't watched a lot throughout my life, so if I say something really stupid, just don't be an asshole. Just correct me in the comments, and yeah, let's just be nice this time. I might say something really stupid, so don't get too angry. So let's not waste any more time. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, turn on notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos whenever I post. Well, out of the way, let's get started. Alright, so here we are at the tier list. I'm doing this tier list style. So the very top we've got the elite teams. Below that we've got the above average teams. Below that we've got the solid teams. Below that, we got the teams that are lackluster, and at the bottom, we've got the teams that are trash. So let's get started for the first team, and that first team is the Milwaukee Bucks. They are definitely a really good team. They're above average. They haven't been as good as they usually are during the regular season, but I think they will get a lot better towards the end of the season. I do believe they are injured, but Damian Lillard and Giannis, that's a really good duo right there. So overall, this is still a really good team. They're just not starting off as hot as I thought they would. Next team we've got is the Brooklyn Nets. Usually I would put them in trash, but I'm going to put them in lackluster because even though they have not been good at all this season, they are on a bit of a winning streak. They have been able to find their groove just a tiny bit, but yeah, this team is not good at all. I can't give them that much credit. Up next, we've got the New York Knicks. This team is really good, dude. They are elite, bro. They're one of the best teams in the league right now. A lot of great young talent, and yes, this team is very young, but they are really, really good. They're going to be good for a while. Up next, we've got the Toronto Raptors. Dude, this team is so ass. Top 10 worst offense in NBA, top 5 worst defense in the NBA. This whole team is garbage. Next, we've got the Utah Jazz. Again, this team is also terrible as well. When you watch this team play, you wouldn't think they'd be ass, but you would think they were at least lackluster. Like, their offense isn't terrible at all. It's not that great, but it's not awful. It's their defense. It's one of the worst in NBA. It's horrible. Up next, we've got the Houston Rockets. Honestly, I'm so shocked at how good this team is. This team is elite. Their offense might be a little spotty at times, but it's mostly their defense. Their defense is really damn good. One of the best defenses in the NBA. And when their offense comes to play, this team is one of the best teams in the league. Next, we got the New Orleans Pelicans. This team is absolutely atrocious. I don't even know what happened to this team. They went from a team that can score from anywhere to a team that can hardly score at all. And they have one of the worst defenses in the league. I mean, they still have Zion, and he's still great. But at the same time, this team has not done anything with him. So, for the sake of his career, I would say trade him and start a rebuild because it's not going well over there right now. Next, we've got the Lakers. Yeah, this team is elite as well, and I hate to say it. They were already a decent team without adding Luka Doncic, but the fact they added Luka Doncic to that team just made this team so much better. Their offense is really damn good. Their defense is decent, I would say. But overall, this team is going to be a monster in this playoffs. I see them going far. Up next, we've got the Chicago Bulls. People might not agree with me on this. People are probably telling me that I should put this team in trash, but I'm going to put it in lackluster, and here's why. I know this team has been losing a lot of talent, and their defense is absolutely atrocious, but if you watch their offense for the most part, it's really good, honestly. It's one of the better offenses in basketball. Now, let me know in the comments if I'm wrong about that or not, but honestly, I don't think they're as bad as these teams down here. I might make an adjustment later in the video, but I don't know. For now, I'm going to put them in lackluster. Up next, we've got the Minnesota Timberwolves. I mean, they're a solid team, but they have been heavily underperforming. Compared to the team that they were last year, they have severely underperformed. Anthony Edwards is still a great player, but overall, this team has not been that good. Up next, we've got the Portland Trail Blazers. Man, again, it's because I put Chicago in lackluster, I'll put Portland in lackluster as well. Again, I know both of these teams are ass, but I just think they're better than these teams down here. That's just my opinion. Next, we've got the Denver Nuggets. Ever since I've been watching basketball, this team has always been elite, and this team has never been bad as far as I've been watching. They have one of the best NBA players in the league, Nikola Jokic, and overall this team is still really strong and have a really good shot at making the NBA Finals, like every single year. Up next, we've got the Oklahoma City Thunder. This is probably the best NBA team in basketball right now. Top 5 offense in the NBA, best NBA defense in the league. I think they are the heavy favorites to going to the NBA Finals this year, and I hope they do because they are a really fun team to watch as well. Up next, we've got the Memphis Grizzlies, another elite team, another team that you could have, say is one of the best teams in the NBA. Right now, they have, I would probably say, the best offense in the NBA. The only thing that's holding this team back is their defense. It's not that good. But if they can just patch those holes, this is a team you might have to fear in the playoffs. Up next, we've got the Dallas Mavericks, man. Just like the Timberwolves, you expect more of this team, but they're still a solid team, but you expect them to be up here or even up here. I will give Dallas a pass, though, because losing Doncic is really difficult. That's their best player, one of the best players they've ever had, and it's honestly still shocking they were willing to trade him. So I think that alone will make the Dallas Mavericks a little worse, but even still, even having him before, the Mavericks have been underperforming all year. Up next, we've got the San Antonio Spurs. For now, I'm going to put him in lackluster, but I think once the season keeps going, I don't think they will be no longer in lackluster. I think they'll be marching their way into solid. When you watch this team play, especially the fact they have De'Aaron Fox now, you can see, their offense, it can score, all the time. Their defense is a bit hit or miss, but, this team is not as bad as their record shows, and I'm going to keep defending that for the whole season until they basically have one of the worst records in the NBA. But overall, they might be lackluster right now, but I'm just saying maybe later down the road they will probably be better. Or maybe just because I'm biased because they have De'Aaron Fox, I don't know. Up next, we've got the Phoenix Suns. This is the opposite of the San Antonio Spurs. Instead of the Spurs starting to make their way up to solid, right now the Suns are in solid, but they're starting to slowly make their way down to lackluster. I know their division is tough. There's a lot of tough teams in that division, but it's just the fact that this team is expected to do better, but they're not doing much. When you watch this team play, you will see almost every aspect of play. They're in the middle of the pack. Middle of the pack offense, somewhat below average defense, I will say, but overall, this team has been disappointing. Up next, we've got the Los Angeles Clippers. I wish they can bring back this logo because their current logo is horrendous, even though they do have a really great stadium now. This is a strong team. I'll put them in above average. They have one of the best defenses in the NBA. Their offense is pretty lackluster, but overall this team is strong, and I think they will make a good push in the playoffs. Up next, we've got the Golden State Warriors. I'm gonna put them in solid because this season they have been middle of the pack all year. I mean, their defense is pretty good, but other than that, everything else has just been middle of the pack. And even when they have Jimmy Butler, they just haven't been winning that many games. It seems like whenever you've watched the Warriors, they're on this weird pattern where one season they'll be really good. Hell, they'll even win the NBA Finals. And then the next 2 years, they're just going to be solid or they're just going to underperform. It's never in between. Up next, we've got the Detroit Pistons. They're going to be going in solid, but it's not like these 4 teams where they have been underperforming. This team has been overperforming. This team has been pretty damn good. Especially the fact when you compare this team to their last year team. Last year, in the couple years past, this team has been awful. But the fact that they have somewhat of a winning record right now is honestly really surprising, and it's honestly kind of fun to watch. They're a pretty fun team. Next, we've got the Sacramento Kings. This is the most hit or miss team in the league right now. Their offense is still really strong, but the things that are holding us back the most is team consistency and our defense for the millionth time. I don't know what it is. Our defense is always terrible, but our offense, whenever they're on, they're really on. But there are some times where our offense just cannot click. I don't know what it is. I will give them the benefit of the doubt that losing De'Aaron Fox is really hard because he's probably one of the best players the Kings have ever had. So team chemistry could be a bit of an issue, especially the fact that we just got Zach LaVine, who I believe has been kind of underperforming, but overall he's been pretty decent. Team consistency is kind of on a low right now, so as long as if it gets stronger, I think we will be a better team. Next, we've got the Cleveland Cavaliers. If you don't think the Oklahoma City Thunder are the best team in the league, you're going to say Cleveland because they're right around the same level. Arguably the best offense in the NBA. Their defense is still also really strong. I hope they go to the NBA Finals to play the Oklahoma City Thunder because that'd be a hell of a game. Up next, we've got the defending champs Boston Celtics. They're still one of the best teams in the NBA. and they still have a strong chance to repeat as champion. I hope they don't, but they are still a damn good team. Up next, we've got the Philadelphia 76ers. Off of YouTube, I've been pretty mean to this team, but I'm going to say lackluster. They're definitely not a good team anymore, but, like, they're not ass. Like, they're not on the same level as these three down here. But when you're talking about underperforming, this team is probably the one team you're thinking about in the league right now. Up next, we've got the Charlotte Hornets. This team is ass, and as long as I watch basketball, they will probably still be ass. Like, I have nothing to say about this team. Up next, we've got the Washington Wizards. Just like the Hornets, this team has always been ass as much as I've been watching basketball. They have the worst record in the league right now. They are dead last in team defense. Their offense is one of the worst in the league. Overall, this team is ass. Up next, we've got the Orlando Magic. See, it's weird to me because when you look at this team, their offense is dead last in the league, but when you look at their defense, it's arguably the best in the league. Like, it's weird, but that's the reason why they've been winning games, because their defense has been keeping them in games. Like, overall, this team is solid. But if they can just fix their offense, this team could be deadly. Up next, we've got the Miami Heat. I know they don't have that bad of a record, but I'm still going to put them in lackluster because every time I watch this team play, they don't look good at all. Their defense is strong, but they have one of the worst offenses in the league. Like, they are not a fun team to watch, and they're not entertaining. Up next, we've got the Atlanta Hawks. See, again, this is weird. Like, they're lackluster. Their offense is strong, but their defense is absolutely atrocious. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, if they can fix up their defense, this team could be good, but, like, until then, they're lackluster. And finally, the last team we've got is the Indiana Pacers. They're definitely a good team. I'll put them in above average. I don't think they're on the same level as these guys up here, but they definitely are a strong team. Their defense overall is pretty lackluster, but their offense is pretty good, so I think that's what's keeping them in games, and overall, this team is pretty damn good. Alright, before I end this tier list video, I think I should make some adjustments because I feel like there's some I got wrong and should be in different tiers. First off, I'm going to move the Houston Rockets down to above average. Like, they're still a good team, but they're not elite yet. Like, they're not on the same level as these teams up here. Same with the Lakers. Again, I think they will make their way up here soon, but right now, I would say they're only above average. Okay, overall, I think it's a fixed tier list. I think this tier list looks a lot better than before. Let me know in the comments what other changes you think I should make, and just overall, just let me know. And there you guys have it. That was my NBA team tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed this video for the most part. Again, just let me know in the comments if I said something stupid and what is the right thing to say. Honestly, I'm still trying to learn a bit more basketball. I'll try to pick it up. Don't worry. Overall, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite NBA team is. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, turn on notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos whenever I post. I'm Logan Sharon. I'll see you next time.